Hey, and welcome to layout number 5 in my series Tell More Stories. As you can see here, I am preparing my double spread. I have a full page photo, and currently I'm cutting the journaling part of my layout. Both pages are sized 8 by 7¼ inch to be outside of the page protector. I first planned to have my photo on the left side, but then I realized that my son's eye would get punched. The kind of layout I'm going for here is a pocket page style without the pockets. And you've just seen me stitch the boxes on my sewing machine, and I'm just just using washi tape at the back to just keep everything in place, and that page will be glued to the back of the layout before, so I'm good with that. And I'm also doing the holes, punching the holes first, just so I know where I can put embellishments and where not. And I'm also doing the same thing with the photo, punching it first. I'm using the Hope Story Kit by Ali Edwards this time, and I was looking through the Connect kit first, but it didn't really have the things that would match that layout, as I'm telling the story of my son's teeth, 2 front teeth growing back in. And therefore I'm going through the 3x4 cards here to see what I can use to put into the what would be the pockets if it was a pocket page. So I'm just calling them boxes here. So I'm filling the boxes with embellishments like chipboard, journaling cards that I cut down to fit into the boxes. And also I'm looking for space where I could put the felt embellishments, which I really like, and I get to use 2 of them. So I've just cut down the Hope Rises After Letting Go journaling card, and since the size of the page makes it a little bit harder to make even boxes, I created a template in Photoshop and just eyeballed the lines and put like really light gray lines onto this page, and just added my black stitching on top of it. So my color scheme here on this layout are shades of blue, a little bit of beige, and this pinkish color that you see in the top, now at the bottom chipboard. So I'm not using the one that's more pinkish in the middle right now. That's below my left hand. I'm getting confused here. So I'm just measuring how high and how wide the pieces of the journaling cards need to be to fit into the boxes, and working my way through the embellishments. So I also tried to make a cluster with the circle chipboard there on the photo, but I didn't really like how that looked. So just rearranging things. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. So I end up using the bluish felt piece that says Stories of Hope. First I wasn't really sure if it was too much blue on that page, but I think because I'm using different colors, it feels right to the eye, to me, I have to say. And on the right side I'm using that grayish felt piece that says Hopeful for the Future. And since the story is about the second set of teeth for my son, I'm hopeful for the future that he will take good care of them and always have a beautiful smile. So next up I'm going through my stamps to find a stamp that I can put at the bottom box, because I'm feeling I need a little bit more of that pinkish red color on my layout. So just in a little bit we will see where we are going with that. But before that I'm cutting off a piece of a journaling card which I'm using on the felt piece on the big photo on the right side. Next up I'm cutting text stripes from a quote from one of the 3x4 cards, and I'm adding that to the bottom box. I'm just putting it down and arranging the pieces and then cutting them down so there's no space on the left or on the right of the text. So I just want the text. Right. So my plan is to add a stamp right there. And I've got the perfect stamp that I want to use. And next up I'm looking for the perfect color to match that chipboard at the top. And I'm going through my ink stash. I'm using Distress Oxides. I think I have 2 different colors. I don't know the names of the colors. And I'm using or trying 2 Ellie Edwards, or just 1 actually, I'm not sure. 1 Ellie Edwards ink, and that's also the color that I'm going with. It's the red color. It's like not that intense, so I really like that, and it matches the chipboard the best. And that is I think it's Pendleton. It's the color that was released for the December Daily collection. I think in 2019 it was. So now I'm putting that down, and I got a little bit red on my page in addition to the chipboard, and I think it's a nice variation of color on that layout. Now I'm adhering the text stripes, and I'm using glue that is non-permanent, so I can take things off again and rearrange them if I made a mistake. Sometimes, depending on the paper and also how much I pressed the the embellishments, in this case the text stripe down, it can happen that some of the cardstock gets torn, but I'm okay with that. It gives it a little bit more texture, right? And we love texture. So next I think I'm going to put the chipboard down and the felt embellishment, and as usually I like to add staples to my chipboard. With the bottom one it was easy to just add one at the top and one at the bottom. With the red one, as you will see in a little bit, I did not have that option because the text on the chipboard only gave space for staples on the left and on the right side, so I had to do that before I adhered the chipboard piece down. For the felt piece I used red line tape. There you see, I almost put it down, almost forgot. Oh, Janine, you need staples. So that's what I did, just in time. Now I'm going through my stamps again, looking for a title for my journaling, and I'm using again one of Ali's stamps. It says, "Here's what I want to remember," and I'm using Otter Rock again by Ali Edwards. It's a nice grayish color, and when I did my test print, I didn't realize that it had the word details at the bottom, so I tried to use washi tape to just cover the word up because I didn't really want that on my layout. First of all, because it would make the title look funny, and the second reason was it would be on top of my journaling, so, and that wouldn't have made any sense. So I think we are almost done with this layout. I'm adhering the felt piece on the big photo again with red line tape, and especially with felt I use tweezers to press down the red line tape really hard, so it is easier to take off those red pieces. And I'm also gluing down the paper piece, the text piece that I cut down earlier. So I'm not adding anything else to the photo page here, but my final step will be to add the date stamp. But before that, of course, I have to clean up my desk here. It looks so much nicer, right? So I'm just giving it one more try to add other embellishments, but I think it doesn't need anything else. So next up, I'm going to adhere the two pages together, but as you see before that, I'm adding my date, and I'm adding it at the bottom of my layout here. I also could have put it right in the right hand corner of the journaling box. So I'm just using my punch again to get all the holes perfectly lined up. So usually I would I would add the holes to a new layout once I've glued it to the back of the other side, but in this case, because of the stitching, I had to do it beforehand, and it worked out just fine. So here's layout number 5 in the book, in the album. So there you go. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, bye.